season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. We are keeping an eye on the weather in this one. Holly Rowe has the latest.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
Okay, Holly, I know you're out in the elements. Keep an eye on that. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. From the gun, it's Phillips. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Making the adjustment on the play. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Handoff from the shotgun. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. It's third down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. Jackson gonna throw it. Lets it go. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The handoff. Nowhere to go.
Well, coming into this one, the offense knew a big key was going to be getting the ground game established. They haven't been able to do that yet. They punted on their opening drive, and they have a negative play here on the first play of their second drive.
Moving to his left. Across the 25, he's got room. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Hawkeyes look to do some damage in the red zone. Cuts it upfield. It's Phillips. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Snap in the shotgun. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
This is why there's a lot of receivers that go alligator arms and they start tiptoeing over the middle of the field because you don't want to be living where these big physical linebackers are. This guy, though, completely fearless, crosses the defender's face. He makes the catch, gets absolutely laid out by the linebacker, but he holds on anyway.
Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The give to the back. Runs through the tackle. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Long way to go on second down. On the delay, it's Payne. Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Jackson will throw. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. Upstairs, he's got it. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This should be the last play of the quarter. give. Runs through a tackle. And he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Second down to the air. Throwing right. Gets a hand in there.
I think we got a little bit sloppy on that route. You need more separation if you're going to give your quarterback a better target trying to complete that in throw.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They're all over it. Caught. Turning it on. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And the Hawkeyes want to crank the tempo. Quick completion to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. They'll take the penalty and move them back. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but
guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Now on the counter. He's past the marker. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone. It'll be 1st down. Mississippi State hoping to ring up a score in this red zone trip. Jackson gonna throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Quick give. It's Payne. Finding some room. Got enough space. Touchdown Bulldog. And they take it in for 6 more points.
well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And here comes the Iowa offense ready to go to work. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Fights off a defender. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
I know it was incomplete, and I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Straight ahead, it's Phillips. Plows through the defense. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Calls his own number. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down. The Hawkeyes want to pick up the tempo.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Now, after the interception, there is a man who's still down on the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Hard running there. Across the 35. At the 20, he's got space. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. Looks like he's going to bring it out. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. This is a huge drive for this offense, down 21-3 and needing to get back in the game. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Second and long here. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Making the adjustment. Back to pass on 2nd down. Going for it all. Goes high to pull it in. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Got his man. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Turns into the pile. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Hawkeyes are in the hurry up.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike. We've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Phillips. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? That score could have put them within realistic striking distance, but the penalty turns things around, and they'll have to go back to work. A costly holding penalty backs him up. It's 1st and 20. He'll keep it himself. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. The Hawkeyes call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Extending the play. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Never a doubt. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Running inside. It's Payne. Got enough for the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Might as well give it to him again. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost 0 margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at SMU taking on the number 15 team, the Syracuse Orange. And it's the Mustangs with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. They opened this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game. And they made a huge statement, too. Found a seam on the left. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And the beatdown has ensued.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. After the defense just gave up a touchdown, they really need to put something together on this drive. There he goes. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2, taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright. Got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
Between the hashes, it's Howard. Jumped on top of the pile. And the Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Turns it upfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And the Hawkeyes go back to work after moving the chains through the air.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Got his man downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
2nd and long here. The run inside. It's Phillips. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the 2nd half to throw any completions.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And a nice effort by the running back. Way to get some positive yards. Nice play call. Still short, though, right? Now it's 4th and short. Decision time. It's not a decision. You're going for it. But what play do you want to run to go for it?
Looking to move the chains. Mississippi State lines up on 4th down. Stop in the backfield, and they'll turn it over on downs. Great push and penetration from that defensive front. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Unloads to the wideout. Holds on, it's Howard. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Hits inside, it's Phillips. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. The Hawkeyes will hustle to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Look out! Out wide right, it's Parker. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. And the Hawkeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Iowa! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Payne. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll ride him again. Oh, he's got some space. The 40, the 30, the 10, all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs. He scores for the 5th time in this game.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And the extra point is good. The lead is 19. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. And he's going to bring this one out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Iowa has the ball back on offense. First play of this drive. Oh, pressure's coming. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense.
They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on fourth down. Needs it here on fourth down. Throws to the wideout. At the 40, there he goes. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. The Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Phillips.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And this defense right now is pinning their ears back with a huge lead in the 4th quarter, and you're seeing that coming off the edge. They're not even respecting run because they don't have to. They know that this opponent is going to throw the football. They're taking wider splits. They're getting up the field. They're using their speed, and that time tracking the quarterback down for a big sack.
Working on the right. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. And the Hawkeyes have their offense in high gear. Fresh set of downs going up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Howard.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Quick give. It's Phillips. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Hawkeyes headed quickly to the line. Fresh set of downs going to the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got it.
Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Got a lot of room to the right. The 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And the punishment has been extended. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
And sometimes you live by the blitz, and sometimes you die by the blitz. And right there, Great job blocking it, understanding it was coming, and then somebody had to make a play in space, and he took it a long way.
You're right, David. It's always a risk by the defense, and if you don't have good gap integrity with the blitz, then the offense can pop one, and that's exactly what happened on that run. Everybody up front not getting flustered, just staying in their tracks, getting their blocks, giving their running back a lane. He uses that speed, and that's just not a touchdown, man. That is a long highlight reel TD.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Snapped on fourth down. Rush right in his face. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Great place to start for this offense. Straight ahead, it's Payne. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They give it to him again. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. See some running room. Oh, they've got him in the backfield. A disaster on that one and a loss of 6. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Needs it. Got a little space. He never had a chance. Never came close to converting that fourth down. Great job by this defense.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator. Try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The Hawkeyes call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Bunch formation for these receivers. He's looking to throw. He wants a big play here late. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Season alley. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. He's taking a deep shot and trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long, under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Short pass. A 5-yard pickup there leaves him with 3rd down and 5. And the Hawkeyes want to move quickly. Running inside. It's Phillips. Pass to 6. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, we could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Wants to throw on 1st. Finds his target. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Fast completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Drops back on 1st down. Looking to the end zone. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.